blame, you net it.
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Sticking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal piece. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking it. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle piece. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
All right, testing. 1 2 1 2. Hello, sorry about that, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Yep.
We can hear you.
All right, thanks, LA. Holy cow. Oh, never a dull moment. You update your computer and it screws up all the settings. Anyway, hello everybody, and welcome to EMP.Money. My name is AJ. I am the team lead here, and regardless of any computer errors, we are going to have a hell of an AMA today. Lots of good news coming. We're preparing for a launch on all fronts. Before we get started, we come to you every Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern for these AMAs. It's a great way to keep up to date with the protocol and ask any questions that you may want to as well. So you can ask in our live chat, or we have a dedicated channel on Discord where you can ask AMA questions. So, and again, the housekeeping is please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you're notified when we go live, and it helps us get our algorithm and more views out there. All ad revenue from the YouTube views goes to support EMP. All right, now that all that's out of the way, please welcome my co-host with the most and fellow team member, LA. LA, how are you?
I'm fired up. Let's do this.
All right, I know we got a lot to go over today. LA has been super busy in the background. We'll let her give us an update as it gets closer, but or as we go through this. So, number one, a very productive meeting today with L1X in regards to L1DEX. And when you say it out loud, it's almost scary. But L1DEX will be launching in 10 days. So that, again, when you say it out loud, puts it in perspective. But we are moving forward full speed ahead. So marketing is ramping up. We had an amazing meeting today with the foundation for over 2 hours. So LA, you want to give a little insight into that, and then I'll follow up?
Yeah, oh my goodness. So L1DEX specifically, or?
Yeah, or all of the above. I know
Just
we,
that part?
yeah, totally. And marketing, I know we'll talk about DBank too towards the end, but yeah, just basically that meeting today was super bullish.
Yeah, I mean, we are getting very close to the launch, and so we're ramping up the marketing like crazy on all fronts. And L1X is carrying out their own marketing as well. I mean, I think right now, simultaneously, they're on another AMA with a Telegram group called the Crypto Hideout. We're going to be doing an AMA with them in a couple weeks from now. So it's kind of coming at it from all fronts. As AJ mentioned, DBank has been one of our biggest new successes that we're excited about. We'll go into that a bit later, but we're lining up tons of influencers. We've got banners going up on Ape O'Clock and all kinds of things happening. So we're really excited about the launch, and we are going to make it happen.
Yeah, 100% LA. So we again, all that we've been waiting for is finally coming to fruition. We like LA said, we've arranged a ton of AMAs. All those will be rolling out sometime next week. The idea is that we want to drive people to the DEX while it's working. So that will be ready. All the SDKs, the standard development kits, are being finalized. We'll have a working demo to show in the next few days of how the DEX will operate, and then we'll be live again as soon as beta is live. So really exciting stuff. And remember, the reason why L1DEX is so important is not only a major solution in DeFi with native cross-chain swapping without a bridge, deep liquidity on multiple chains. But then this will end up being a revenue stream for EMP and Fusion, as well as DEX Finance, our partners in building the DEX. And that's bullish long term because not only are we providing a service that is safer, cheaper, and faster for the entire DeFi community, leveraging the L1X technology, but that also brings more eyeballs, more capital, more income, all of the above to EMP as well. So we feel extremely fortunate to have this position, being the premier DEX, and we've also started ramping up meetings behind the scenes with partner DEXs, and we've been in talks with some pretty big names in DeFi. And when we tell them what L1X is bringing, they're getting really, really excited about what potential that will bring. So even the very few preliminary conversations have been, super well received. So that's a great sign for things to come. Just to give a concrete example that we see a lot of people interested in is the fact that if any project or any DEX wants to partner with us and come build or rather provide their liquidity on L1X, the number one thing right now, which again I think is huge, it's that aha moment that we talk about a lot at EMP. But say you were providing liquidity on your token, you're a protocol that has your token on multiple chains. Well, you're only able to provide, say, 50% of your liquidity on ETH and 50% of your liquidity on BNB or whatever other chains you're on. Well, with L1X, you don't have to worry about splitting your liquidity among different chains. So this is really important for project owners that want to have liquidity on their tokens across multiple chains without having to dilute their LP or come up with millions of dollars to provide LP in 10 different places. So that's just one concrete example that is so bullish for L1DEX and why I think that we're going to see some really fast and furious market adoption with L1DEX. And then again, not to mention the bridgeless solution that all of us as users will take away from L1DEX as well. So we'll do a full AMA on this. I think we're actually going to be on the L1X AMA on Wednesday. So we'll talk more about that then. Just some last minute, run through of what the DEX will be, how powerful. I think on that Wednesday AMA, will demo the way that the DEX actually operates. So lots of awesome stuff coming out this week. And again, like Ella said, that the marketing is soon to follow. And so make sure you're following all of our tweets, our DBank posts, and engaging with all that we're doing. And we have one more bit of alpha that I'm not going to drop yet, but there could be a huge event with L1DEX and L1X in the next few weeks that I think a lot of you will be excited for. So, LA, I don't want to spill the beans, but could be a great way to get some more user adoption for sure.
For sure. And also, I'm not going to explain it today, but for any of you who are listening who are particularly excited to get involved with, helping to like and share and comment and stuff on all of our posts for EMP and for L1DEX, there is going to be a really special exclusive opportunity for a few of you to get involved and have some pretty insane perks within the EMP community. So we're going to be sharing some more information on that in the coming week or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. All right. Well, on that note, too, again, we are also in the middle of the public sale. So L1X is running their public sale as of right now. For those of you that didn't get in the pre-sale, now would be a great opportunity. And there's a lot of perks associated with that as well. And we are the only option that you can non-KYC. So we're also able to do that fully compliant because we are registering with L1X, and then we're the intermediary to distribute tokens once the chain goes live. So there again, the more you contribute, you get access to the wallet early. You get nodes early access to running both the event listener node as well as full nodes. All that information is on the site. Ella just posted the link L1xpublicsale.io. And so, yeah, that's going well. Again, we'll see that continue through the public beta and through the end of the year. So you have plenty of time to get your tokens. But once that hard cap of 25 million is reached, then token price goes up to $1 rather than 50 cents. So again, just a great way to continue to DCA into the L1X token itself. So, and I believe LA, they announced an option for fiat on-ramping today as well through L1X, right?
They did, yes. They've been working on getting that set up for the last few weeks. And as of today, if you've been holding out because you needed to use fiat to get in, you can go through L1X directly now and go in through fiat. You will have to KYC, but you do have that option now.
Perfect. So yeah, and again, please join the L1X Discord for any questions about the public sale. They have their white paper there. You can see all the distribution models and what this means for L1X moving forward. But yeah, really a bunch of options for everybody. Make sure you tell them that EMP sent you and go make some friends over on the L1X Discord. So, all right, moving right along. This is one of the parts of the AMA I'm most excited about. The secret PulseChain project is finished. So we had our final testing today. We got the sign off from the dev last week. Just some minor UI edits, but everything is ready to roll. So please, if you're a VIP, you'll be getting an announcement within the next few days to get involved. Again, this will be a multi-stage rollout. So the EMP and eShare side of things, that isn't going to happen right away. That may happen a week or two after, as we just get everybody familiar with what this project even is. Again, we're doing a stealth launch as best that we can, not only to add value to our users that are currently in EMP, but also allow us to scale appropriately into the PulseChain ecosystem. So really, really amazing things. I think once everybody sees what this is, it will all make sense. There's an element to the protocol that is super bullish for adoption that will bring even more eyeballs to us. And I dropped a little bit of alpha in the last AMA, but this particular project has a mechanism that is very reminiscent of Hex. So those of you that are Hexicans or were fans of Hex, especially in the early days, this mechanism will be extremely bullish to earning potential. And we'll go over all that again once the project is live. Once we are releasing it to the public, we'll do a dedicated AMA that will go over everything in depth. But as of right now, you'll want to have your pulse ready to go over there, or at least be prepared once the protocol is officially live. So, yeah, LA, anything you want to add to that? I know we've been purposely trying to keep things on the down low, but once this thing finally goes live, I think people are gonna get really hyped. So, yeah.
To say that I want to just tell you and show you everything right this second is an understatement.
For sure.
When this goes live, I think not only this new project is going to spark so much interest from the EMP community, but it's going to also spark so much interest from the PulseChain community, and it's going to have such a positive impact on the EMP ecosystem and our tokens, as well as, the new project is solid on its own. So I'm
Totally.
very excited.
I love it. Well said, LA. Couldn't have said it better. Again, this is a sister project. The trusted name of EMP is behind it. You know that funds will be Seifu, and you can ape accordingly. But yeah, and I know that we said all along that it will be another major use case for EMP and eShare. That is still the case, but like I said, it may take about a week of runway for us to get rolling, and then we'll implement that into this new protocol. So it will be, again, all part of a multi-step rollout. And once we're live, we'll publish all of that. So just make sure you're following all of the Impulse socials. Again, this is a project under the Impulse umbrella, but it may end up being even bigger than that as well. So just as long as you're in any of those socials, you will be the most up to date on what we do. And obviously, we'll post things in EMP's socials as well as we continue to grow and build. So, all right, awesome. Anything you want to add to that, LA, before we move on?
Get ready.
I love it. Yes, absolutely. Get ready. I know all of you have been asking for something, and this will be a great way to continue to earn as we wait just a little bit longer for Fusion. So, and again, I know we'll talk a little bit more about Fusion at the end, but actually, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. One more thing I wanted to mention about something I saw that was super bullish, and it shows that some people are using their brains a little more than others. And I don't mean that to be derogatory. I just mean that, when you really think about how Fusion works and what we're building in our ecosystem, you figure out how incredibly powerful Fusion will be. So, someone had posted this, and I wanted to make sure I brought it up. And it says, when you realize that you get an 80% discount on the market value of ETH through EMP, knowing that there's possibly an ETF around the corner, and then rocket emoji. So what that means is those that again think through how Fusion will work. If you're buying EMP right now and you know that EMP is gonna recover peg, it's not if but when it recovers peg, you're essentially buying Ethereum at about an 80% discount. So when you frame it that way, it's a no-brainer to pick up EMP at these massively reduced prices. And just that paradigm shift of the way that you think about things can be all that you need to regain confidence in the protocol. And so this is all that we've been building behind the scenes, for literally months on rearranging how this protocol works from the ground up and is way more sustainable, way more upside potential. And when you again sprinkle in all of our revenue streams, we have the perfect storm. So, Ella, you want to add anything to that? I know, we've had plenty of other AMAs that go into the math and the economics of fusion. But I thought that was just a really simple one sentence, way of thinking of things a little differently.
Oh, I thought we were gonna go way farther into it than that.
All right. Well, what do you? Let's do a
I
deep
thought
dive
we were
then.
gonna do like a whole like 10-minute segment on it.
No, I mean, again, I'm happy to, go into it more. But I don't know. I think that really is all that needs to be said. It's a no-brainer.
It's true though. No, it's true. I thought it was really smart too. Um, we used to say this a lot at the beginning, but it's been quite a while since we have. I mean, buying EMP is discounted ETH if we're below peg. And right now, because of our peg bonus, it's extremely good deal on ETH, as phrased in that statement. And those who are thinking about it the right way are preparing themselves in exactly the ways that they need to. And those who are not thinking about it the right way are only focused on what they see in front of them right now, and they're shining a really negative light on things. And the thing is with life is when you focus on the negative, you attract more negative into your life. When you sit back and you look at things with a different perspective, and you have the mindset of I always win, how do I approach this so that I can keep winning? And you look at things that way, then you see exactly what you need to see in order to keep winning in your life. And this statement is clearly from someone who sees through that perspective, because that's exactly, how you need to position yourself to win with what we have coming. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, to get a little bit more into it, I think that we have said this in multiple AMAs before, that EMP is fractionalized ETH. And we're able to do that through the PEG or LP ratio being paired with actual BEP20 Ethereum. Now, granted, right now that PEG ratio is off. So, it's not a one-to-one conversion of fractionalized ETH. Once we're at peg, then it will be 4,000 to 1. But that all being said, if you're confident that we're going to regain peg, which again, we've given a ton of data on how we're going to do that, we're going to, by sacrificing LP and EMP, we reduce the supply, we reduce the liquidity that we have to fight through, and then we'll be able to kick in treasury funds by unpairing the LP and even other ETH that the treasury owns to help get back to peg over time. Again, it's not if, it's when. And when you fully realize all that, again, the sales pitch, so to speak, is a lot easier to comprehend when you're thinking of it in terms of ETH. Who wouldn't want to buy ETH at an 80% discount? So again, it's just a different way of thinking of things, applying it to our ecosystem. So, and again, the ETF, that meaning, again, everybody in their comments is saying ETF. So yeah, ETF meaning traditional finance ETF. So just like the Bitcoin spot ETFs, a lot of the big financial institutions are applying for Ethereum ETF. So we could see major price action on ETH itself when that happens. So, and that's why, again, we've always made the effort, even with Fusion, to maintain our exposure to Ethereum. So that has also been part of our core values. Here at EMP, not only are we here to provide, exceptional APR and APY in a passive way, but also doing that while exposed to ETH. And this, again, is fundamentally important because once Fusion launches and you have your position inside of the microgrid, or the central grid with your microgrid, that microgrid will appreciate in value as the price of ETH goes up. So again, you still maintain that exposure, and EMP is still tied to Ethereum. So, and we have some other really bullish things that we're exploring, especially around L1X and other blue chip assets. So once Fusion is out, that will be something else we explore. But ETH is again, in my opinion, ETH has a lot higher upside potential than any other altcoin, that's out there, and even BTC. We could see BTC 10 or 20x over the next 10 years, but it could be a 30 or 40x on ETH. So, all right, I think that really kind of just lays it out. Again, we're not here to convince anybody. This is not a call to invest. Never invest more than you can afford, but it's about thinking in a different way, and how that applies to our ecosystem. So, all right, awesome. LA, anything else before we move on to Fusion?
No, nope, nope.
All right,
Shout
so
out to Miko though. I saw him in the comments. Haven't seen him around in a while, but made me smile to think about his helicopter sounds. So
oh, right on. That's awesome. He's back. Good deal. Well, when we fully hit the next launch of Fusion and the bull run, we'll have to get him to do his helicopter noise. All right, so one more thing here. Oh, hang on one second. Bear with me. All right, sorry about that. More technical difficulties today. Don't update your computer, I guess is the underlying theme today. But anyway, so Fusion, I know, again, we keep saying soon. I know it's frustrating, but I wanted to just address some things here on the AMA because it's much easier to explain here than try to type, a long paragraph in our socials. But the bottom line is, we're doing everything we can to get Fusion out ASAP. And some people have said, why don't you publish your internal deadlines? We're just not going to do that. I mean, we might as well come out and say that Fusion is launching on X date if we're going to go that route. So, we are managing a team behind the scenes. We do have deadlines that we have set. Some have been made, some have not been made, and that's just the nature of the beast. I know a lot of people, want more answers, but we're just nose to the grindstone trying to get this out ASAP, and it boils down to, you just are gonna have to be patient as we continue going. And I know that's frustrating with Peg, going down. Although the last week Peg has actually been going up. eShare is looking a little bit weak, but that's because BNB took a major hit. I mean, it's down over 3% today alone, and eShare is still holding fairly strong, even though BNB got hurt bad. So there's a lot of existential factors that play into all of this. And, another person suggested, well, why don't you hire more devs? And really, it's not even about that. I mean, we have a very confident team, but we're in the final stages of compiling everything. And, it's going to take more time to onboard new developers, especially at this point, there could be a major security risk where, our core team that is familiar with the Fusion code, that have built it by hand. Again, remember, this is not a fork. This is a brand new protocol being built from the ground up. And so the people that have built it are the people that need to continue to implement it. And, bringing on extra hands right now not only opens us up to potential security risks, but again, it can even delay the process because we have to educate them on the infrastructure before they're even able to help. So those are all the things. Again, I don't we're all about transparency. And if I need to come on every AMA and give you, that sort of day by day breakdown, I will. But at some point, you just gotta let these guys work, and get it done and get it finished so that we can all, move on and enjoy what we built. So yeah, again, I don't mean to be negative here at the end. That's not my intention at all. It does get frustrating for me as well because, unlike other projects, we actually listen to our community, and I get it. I take it to heart. We're delayed more than we had hoped for, but we are making major headway, and it will be here soon. And I wish I could give a better roadmap than that, but I really can't. So, LA, again, you have such a great way of putting things into perspective. So, anything you want to add to that?
What I will say is the more supportive you guys can be, the quicker it'll get done, because we have felt absolutely on fire this past week and a half, and the things that we have accomplished, the two of us, while all of that development work is happening behind the scenes, which we can't physically like type the code and make it happen faster.
Totally.
But the two of us have been absolutely on fire, and the amount of stuff that we have gotten ready and accomplished in order to promote the fuck out of Fusion is off the charts. But every single time that we have to stop and argue with people on Discord or Telegram and get in a grumpy mood and have the same conversations over and over again, which we absolutely will if it'll make you feel better, because we're here for you. But if you guys decide to be a bit more supportive, which some of you absolutely are, and thank you so much, we love and appreciate all of you, we have that runway to stay on track and absolutely stay on fire and accomplish way more, way quicker, if we
Yeah,
don't have to keep taking those pauses to defend ourselves. So that's all I'll say. But
I love it. Yeah, no doubt, LA. Again, you have a much better way of keeping it more concise, and that really is it. I mean, I'm not here to spend 4 hours a day in Telegram or Discord defending what we're doing. Those hours are much better spent marketing and organizing and project managing, all of the above. And we've been killing it. I mean, LA and I, again, we're back to our 18-hour days, where we're lining all this up. The AMA train will be rolling here directly. And you gotta realize, not only are we building Fusion, but we have three major projects that, unfortunately, are all happening at once. But that's how it goes. So again, this PulseChain project, Fusion, and the DEX. I mean, other dev teams can't even produce a smart contract in the amount of time that we're building three protocols from the ground up. I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't know what more we can do. I mean, we're building our asses off, right, LA?
yeah, and the thing is with him and I, or at least I can speak for myself, is we're kind of the opposite of other normal people.
For
We
sure.
are the happiest and thrive the most in this zone when we're working the 18-hour days. Like, we don't like things to be taken off our plate. We don't like to have nothing to do. We are in the zone and on fire when there's this much to do. We love it. So, like, this is the zone, the perfect zone to make magic happen.
Yeah, no, I love it, and that's so true, LA. I mean, we thrive on this. I know this is why I got involved in DeFi. It's building awesome shit and getting it out into the wild, and we have all the, amazing team members and developers and community to make it happen. So, and I get it. I mean, actions speak louder than words. We're definitely not here to overpromise and underdeliver. But I can assure you that, all this gray area and launching soon will be worth it in the end, because we'll have some incredible products that will all be out at the bottom of a bear market, hopefully, where when everything is finally live, it's only up because not only is it better economics, but then we have more interest in crypto during the next bull run. Again, like I said earlier, the perfect storm is what happens. So, yeah, I think, and again, all of you that are on this call that listen to the AMAs that are supportive, I mean, it goes without saying you are the ones that help keep this protocol together. I just want to address it verbally so that if anybody does try to soft FUD or, say ridiculous shit about how there's no light at the end of the tunnel, you can point them to this AMA, and these are concrete examples of what we're doing and what we're building. So yeah, all right, awesome. I'm fired up,
Just
LA.
shows how
Yeah,
excited, and it just shows how excited people are that aren't part of our community. In 3 days, we've been able to become part of the top 68 projects of all the official accounts on DBank. Like
totally.
3 days, 68, and by tomorrow, my mission is top 50. Like 60, it's crazy. Oh, we're blowing up. People love it. We're talking about our team. We're talking about Fusion. We're talking about what makes us different. Today we talked about, how many AMAs we did in the first year. We're just being ourselves, talking about what's coming, and people love it. And so I know that once we start full force marketing with our AMA train and everything we have planned, it's going to open the floodgates to new people coming into the community when everything gets executed in the right order, in the strategic timing. And we're just priming right now. We're priming everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely, LA. Really, it's 100%, and we will get there. And I know a lot of you understand that and are being more than patient. Again, I don't want that to come across either. We understand that everybody has been more than patient. We understand that there's people with lots of large holdings with EMP that want to see things come around. We understand that you guys have been more than supportive, to myself personally, as well as the rest of the team, and none of that goes overlooked. I mean, that is why we work so hard, and why we want to deliver on everything that we said we would from day one. So please understand that as well. But yeah, we could not be more excited for what's coming. It will be here, and I think that time will again, and not to say I told you so, but I hope that we get to a point where it is I told you so. So it's not if, it's when. So all right, awesome. All right, Ellie, you want to go through some Q&A? And then again, if any of you have a question, please feel free to type in the live chat as well, or jump on here on the AMA through Telegram, whatever works. So yeah, go ahead, Ellie.
There's one thing. There's one thing I wanted you to dive into that had been asked on Telegram, or a statement that had been said on Telegram that I didn't necessarily agree with. That I wanted you to dive into this topic, but can you go into why Fusion was built for everyone, no matter what the size of your wallet, and how it's not specifically geared to favor a minnow or a whale?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, I think, yeah, I know, and that's typical, people that don't really read into it or know the math. Everybody says, oh, well, it's a whales game. We heard the same thing about Detonator and all the DOS contracts, but Fusion is on a whole nother level. So the idea is that no matter what you come in with, you are able to either, there's multiple things. So let me back up because we're using the buyback and earn mechanism, the BBE, which essentially is the same thing as the farm that you're experiencing now through Fusion. No matter what or when, no matter what amount or no matter when you get into the protocol, you're able to earn immediately, and the earnings are directly representative of your ownership in the protocol. Now, that does not mean that the larger ownership of the protocol you have, the more you earn on a percentage basis. meaning, again, you will earn more because you have more of the protocol or more ownership share, but in terms of percentage wise, everybody is earning the same percent. Just like right now in the farms, the APR is about 20%, and that APR is static among the entire pool. So again, it's not unfairly matched to whales or minnows. It is just what the overall rewards are divided by however many people there are. So, I'd say the only thing, and really it's balanced out because yes, a whale could come in and convert some of their e-share into more energy, but they would just be buying stuff off the marketplace. That really doesn't give them any sort of advantage. It just gives them a little bit, maybe a head start, so to speak, on the energy that they're earning. So anybody that even minnows say, and again, this is back to the buyback and earn analogy. If you're a minnow and you just set your buyback and earn to accumulate, where you're not taking profit out with a battery, you're just letting your energy go back into the protocol to buy back more of your microgrid, you're essentially gaining more ownership for doing that. And so as other people sell or cash out through batteries, they reduce their ownership. So you could easily see a situation that a whale, quote unquote, a whale that gets in the protocol and starts cashing out through batteries, they're reducing their share. And in 6 months, again, that's just an arbitrary number, a minnow could have just as much share ownership as that whale did because they are using the buyback and earn feature to gain more ownership in the pool. So again, that's just one example, but we've done a lot to go through all the math and make sure that it is not a whale's game, so to speak, and that everybody has the same chance to earn no matter what your circumstance is. And furthermore, that goes into batteries as well. So batteries, again, are priced very affordably, and you can make up for convenience with batteries, meaning if you want to spend a bunch on batteries because you don't want to have to check your earnings every day, then that is a convenience that you're paying for. But if you don't want to do that, and you don't have a problem checking EMP every day or every other day, then that would be another example of where a minnow can compete with a whale, regardless of their holdings. So again, there's a lot to it. Those are just two examples off the top of my head. But yeah, anything you want to add to that, LA?
That was gold. I loved that. Yes. Yes, more to that.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I get it. We would never want to unfairly incentivize um, whales or minnows. What we are incentivizing is early adopters. I will say that. Those of you that are here now and have been with the protocol and been with us through thick and thin, you're going to get the best initial start in the protocol because of the peg bonus and the early sacrifice. But over time, even newcomers to the protocol, especially when we're back to peg, they'll be able to come in with fresh capital, a year from now, and still compete with all of us in the pools. So again, we've done a ton of due diligence to make it as fair as possible.
For sure.
All right, awesome. So yeah, and I'm happy to go more into that if I need to. But all right, any other questions yet, or is there any other stuff you want to go into before we get to that?
I don't see any other questions. There weren't any other in Discord.
Okay, yeah, I know we took a lot of the questions and actually made full topics about them today.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to say though, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out, Twitter, Medium, DBank, and so I would love to ask for all of your support. If I will always post the links into our Discord and Telegram channels, if you guys don't mind taking a few moments and at the very least just liking and retweeting or sharing. But if you don't mind commenting as well, it does actually make a huge difference in getting new eyes on our content, and it's clearly really working. So we have great momentum going right now, and we just want to keep that going. And that's a positive way to invest in your investment, but also to do something constructive while you wait for fusion. So I would really appreciate any help with that you guys want to give, and let's get it going.
Yeah, no, 100%. We gotta all come together, especially now that it's go time, and really start supporting the protocol. I saw somebody mention something that we have said for a long time, and that's investing in your investment, or the human capital end of things, where we understand a lot of you might be tapped out. You've already built your bags, waiting for Fusion to launch. Well, you can still contribute to your bags without it being financial. And so, again, to LA's point, retweeting, writing other articles, sharing more news about Fusion, helping in the chats. I mean, all of that is stuff that we all see and recognize and appreciate. So, again, LA mentioned it a little earlier in the AMA, but we will have a new program coming out that will really incentivize all of you to pitch in, for sure. So more info on that too. There was one more thing you refreshed my memory, LA, but I can't remember what it was now. So again, if you have questions, please type them in the comments or join our Discord, and we'll answer. Oh, I know what it was. The Rhyze AMA. So we, again, as some of you may know, I am an honorary team member, more in a consultation aspect of the Rhyze protocol. It's a really unique up token, for those of you that are familiar with up EMP, and over collateralized tokens that only go up in value. Rhyze is a brand new version of that on the Matic or Polygon chain. And we were supposed to have an AMA today with some major alpha. Unfortunately, we had to reschedule. Before we bring it to the masses, we're really trying to upgrade the UI, to make things a little more easy to understand on how the token works, as well as see your values. So that AMA has been postponed, but the token is performing exceptionally well. Again, it only goes up and to the right. So we'll have a full AMA on that as we go. And there's some bullish news on how, this plays into EMP as well. So, all right, I just want to make sure nobody, I know somebody had asked what happened today, but nothing bad, just waiting for UI update, and then we will do that AMA with both communities. So, all right, awesome. Well, LA, I think that was a very productive AMA. Just like our last few days, we are in that full production mode. So we can wrap it up. We're just under an hour. Again, if anybody has questions, feel free to ask, and we will be back here on Thursday. And we'll also have a dedicated AMA for the launch of our secret PulseChain project as well. So you can expect at least two more AMAs by the end of the week. But all right, any final words, LA, before we sign off?
And that's the ball game. I don't know why that's the only thing in my head.
I love it. Yes, we're gonna all be saying that very, very soon.
You guys are amazing. I hope you have a great night, and thank you so much for all the support you guys give us. We do truly appreciate each and every one of you.
Yes, absolutely. No doubt about it. So, all right, thank you, everybody. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We will be coming back to you on Thursday and one more impromptu AMA. We do these AMAs every Monday and Friday at 6:45 p.m. I'm sorry, Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you are following along. So, all right, everybody. Good night. Good day. We'll see you soon.